Man, do I feel stupid. So, we filmed the whole podcast, got all the way through what we wanted to talk about, and I didn't think to check and make sure we filmed everything after I got up and pressed the stop recording button. Lo and behold, the camera had shut off about halfway through. We had another view on my phone and it got all of it, but personally, I didn't think it was going to be effective, and moving to that would have kind of just taken away from what I wanted to get at. Not necessarily what we wanted to get at, but just kind of the whole view of the video. But after we talked about it, we thought about it some more, and we were like, yeah, hour-long video's a pretty long first video. So you're going to get to see the first 30 minutes of what me and Thomas discussed, and it's really the bulk and the bones of what we talked about. And it kind of talks about our plans and what we're going to get into. And I think y'all will enjoy it a lot, and be able to kind of connect with it if your background in duck hunting or hunting in general or just outdoors. But I think y'all enjoy it.
Action.
Oh,
Take two,
round two. What's up, guys? My name's Brandon,
I'm Thomas.
and this is kind of one of our joint ventures we've dubbed so far Lucky Fowl Outdoors. I'm excited for this. I know Thomas is very excited.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
been talking a lot back and forth about what we're looking to get into and kind of show all y'all guys. You got any thoughts on that?
Well, mainly the preface of this is we're going to focus on waterfowl, deer, anything outdoors, maybe even throw in some fishing when the time comes, when the hunting season moves out. Really, we're just trying to get a main focus on enjoying the outdoors and God's creation, and really bringing y'all some footage and some good times of what we do on a day-to-day basis and what we've been doing for many years since we were in high school and even before with our fathers and stuff. It was just something we really wanted to bring to light and show y'all that you don't have to have a lot of money to get into it. You can get out there and enjoy God's creation. We just want to bring y'all some footage and stuff that we think y'all enjoy.
Yeah. We've got some good things planned coming up fairly quickly. We've got opening day of duck season coming up. That's a big, exciting day. After that, we've got, I don't know if we'll do much of this, but we do a big Thanksgiving trip every year out to our hunting club, and we'll have a bunch of people out there for that. And then Thomas will be going for sure, but we've got a big New Year's duck hunt planned down in Florida. I'm a 50-50 on if I'll be able to go because I made plans, but we'll see. Hopefully I'll be able to sneak away and come on that hunt with everybody. But
Yeah, if not, then I'll figure out a way to solo film it for y'all, and we can throw in some clips of Brandon enjoying Florida. Sadly, away from the duck hunting.
elsewhere.
But you know, guys, what they say: happy wife, happy life.
Yeah,
So,
you gotta keep the missus happy. But
exactly.
I'm pumped for this weekend.
Oh yeah. We've been waiting a long time to get back out there.
I've been antsy just watching, Instagram videos and TikTok videos of just all the stuff from last year and kind of what some of the photographers and videographers are out there getting right now of some of the ducks that are moving.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of content come out of the guys from Canada and up north that their seasons have already opened, and
yeah, and I know a lot of the teal stuff has looked good, pretty good so far. So it's getting me hyped up and fired up for this weekend.
yeah. I think our last duck hunt we did this Florida duck hunt last year on New Year's.
No, we went.
Did we go after?
Yeah, we shot those 4 wood ducks that
Oh, yeah,
It
yeah.
was the last weekend we hunted.
We had a real good time out there with, was it Williamson Outfitters?
Yes.
Yeah, Williamson Outfitters out of East Point, Florida.
Captain Chase hit him up.
They're real good guys if you're looking to get into anything, not even duck hunting. If you're looking for some cast and blast options or just gator hunting, whatever you want to do, I'd recommend them. They're real good guys.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, can't go wrong with them. They, all of their guides, a couple of them are pretty big in the duck hunting industry. I can't remember their names off the top of my head, but my cousins hunted with them a bunch, and one of them, he was on like Swamp People or something. It was
I heard about that. You told me about that.
interesting.
They're real good guys down there. You'll see at least a video with me or him both in there. We're having a big group going down, and should be a great time. We'll try to get some content of that for y'all. But this upcoming weekend, we have opening day of duck season in South Georgia, and we're going to be going after some wood ducks, which is our main target when we're hunting Georgia. The weather, though,
it's looking interesting.
It's looking interesting. We got some, I think it's mid-50s in the mornings.
50s. At one point,
Let's
changes
see.
every day, but
Let's get the weather report for y'all. But I do know it's supposed to be overcast with a slight drizzle, which might help us out.
yeah, I'm newer to
We're
duck
looking
hunting.
high of 78 on Saturday with a low of 63. So we're going to be real warm this upcoming.
Yeah.
And last opening day, it was frigid out there.
I froze my butt off, but the ducks were moving like crazy. They were doing some crazy things.
They were coming in left and right. We were smacking them.
I was very unprepared for that, dude. I have uninsulated waders, and I was freezing my butt off. I was busting ice with the butt of my shotgun around me. It was
In that flooded timber, you'd think it cut through the wind, but it really doesn't. But if you're looking for a good pair of insulated waders, I'd go Gator Wader. That's what I run, and it's amazing. It kept me warm. We killed some ducks. I got a good drake and hen mount of wood ducks that came out of that hunt. It was really awesome. I hunted opening day. When we hunted Macon, it wasn't opening day. I hunted opening day in North Georgia, actually, and we got on some mallards on a farm, and it was probably around 75 degrees. I mean, I didn't wear waders when I hunted.
Okay, so it may be the same. I don't remember.
And the mallards were moving really good, and we picked off a two-man limit because it was me and my granddad hunting. We picked off a two-man limit in about an hour.
Okay.
So,
I mean,
we'd be interested to hear from y'all what y'all's experience is with hunting in warmer weather for ducks, just to see what y'all do and how y'all set up based on the different weather patterns that we get blessed with every year. And I feel like we're having a late winter.
I feel like,
but it's going to be cold once it hits.
Once it does snap, it's going to snap, and you're going to be freezing.
Exactly. We're from Northwest Georgia, so we are used to a very bipolar weather pattern around here. Some years it's good, some years it's hot on Christmas, but we're interested to see. I'm interested really to see how it goes in on Florida. Like, what do you think? How do you think the Florida ducks will be moving out there? I mean, last time we were down there,
it was 50s.
Yeah, we were running through the bay and we saw hundreds of ducks.
There was, if not thousands.
If not thousands.
Because, I mean, when we turned that corner, coming under the bridge, it was black.
Yeah, it was pretty much a black cloud of ducks.
But I think this year, if I'm able to go, and if not, but I think there'll be, hopefully, the 31st, we don't have sucky weather again, because we waited out. It was a pretty rough storm that morning.
Yeah, we waited a couple hours.
We didn't get on the water till probably 10:30, and we were kind of tore up about it in a sense, because we're like, man, we wasted all this money. We're not going to get our money back. But
we ended up getting on some redheads, some buffleheads, and a ton of surf scooters. If y'all don't know what that duck is, y'all need to look it up.
It's an interesting
It looks like it's got a candy corn beak, and it's pretty much a saltwater coot from what I understand. And we got on them.
I think we killed 17.
Yeah, at least. And I don't remember exactly how many people. We had a big group going out there.
8
We had 8, yeah, 7 or 8.
7 plus the guide.
Yeah, 7 plus the guide, and we had some people from all backgrounds of hunting. We had people who had never duck hunted before. We had people like me and Brandon who had really just got into it, and then we had one of our buddies that is out there and he duck hunts for years, you know.
Yeah, he's the one that got us into it. And y'all meet him this weekend, but he's a character when it comes to duck hunting.
Yeah, he's an interesting fellow, that's for sure. But yeah, we're planning on getting some footage of that hunt again, and hopefully we don't have to wait out a storm like we did last time. I remember a funny part of that hunt was I was sitting on the front deck of the boat. You got to think it was probably, what, a 16-foot boat, maybe?
I'd give it 17.
17.
I'll give it the benefit of the doubt.
And we were all piled in there, and we ain't small guys, that's for sure. And we were all piled on there with the guide, so we had 8 people on here going through the bay, and we saw some diver ducks sitting out front of the boat. And I was on the front, so I grabbed my gun, and you can tell, Brandon will be the first to tell you that shot pattern was right on them ducks.
It was on top of them, like
you couldn't get on top of them ducks more with that shot, and they would not die.
It was. I think it was. Were you shooting heavy steels?
Yeah, do not buy heavy steels, guys. Go Migra, Black Clouds, Kents. Heavy steels, do not recommend. I mean, they'll kill some ducks. I hunted with them all last season, and I probably have over 10 ducks under my belt. But you know,
I mean, as dirty as they are.
Yeah, they'll wreck your gun.
You have to lube your gun up pretty good after. I remember I sprayed rim oil down in the action of my gun, and it was just black coming out. I was like, God.
That's one thing, guys. If you do go book a hunt with Williamson Outfitters, make sure that you either bring a gun that is your backup gun, or if you bring a nice gun, like we have Franke Affinities.
Bring a 3-gallon jug of rim oil.
Yeah, bring some rim oil, and make sure after every hunt you tear it down. Even before, oiling it down will definitely prevent that rust. I remember we took our guns down, we stripped them all the way down, and we oiled them so much that my stock was leaking oil.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's a stain in the bottom of my safe from where the oil was running out of.
And our guns never rusted. It's worth it, guys. But I mean, really, we're just out there enjoying God's creation is mainly what we're trying to provide content with y'all. Like, we're so lucky to be able to go out there and hunt with a guide, and have places to hunt, and have multiple places to deer hunt too. I mean, we're not all just waterfowl. We have been deer hunting for pretty much our whole lives, and I got one this Saturday with my good buddy Mitchell. He'll probably be in the video if he wants to be.
Yeah.
We went out to his property and camped and stood up out of the tent, and there was a good-sized coal buck out there, and got it with a 300 Win Mag, which most people would say is overkill, but it didn't run 5 yards. So.
Yeah, that was the funniest night. I left there because I had to go to work the next morning. I was like, "We all have fun. It's late." And I texted him in the morning. I was like, "Y'all still alive?" And Thomas said, "What'd you say?" It was like, "I got a spike or something." I was like, "What?"
Well, there's this. Mitchell had seen that deer actually on camera before, and it had to have been every bit of 4 or 5 years old, from what he was saying, and it was gray around the eyes and had no top teeth, and we didn't actually know it was that buck that we saw because it was 260 yards away. And Mitchell's got this sick 45-70 made by Marlin, the Ruger made Marlins, and he wouldn't make that shot because it was too far. So I pulled out the 300 Win Mag that was my dad's back in the day, and threw it up there and shot him. And we got up to him, and we realized that this is the biggest body spike that I've ever seen. Like, if it was a young spike, it would be, it'd be noticeable. And then we get up there, and, I mean, it was every bit of 150 pounds. I mean, I got a good amount. I got a cooler full of meat off of him, so it was a good coal buck to get out because obviously his genetics weren't good. But I'd be interested to see what y'all's opinion on taking coal bucks during this early into the season would be on your own property compared to being on someone else's property to save the homeowner or property owner tags. But I know you and Lindsay just posted a video on Brandon's channel of hunting out there at deer camp. I guess you were chasing that big buck we saw the other weekend.
Yeah, partially. I was taking her hunting, so we had to go somewhere. I couldn't go sit in the stand I wanted to. That tripod stand all the way to the end of the road. But so when we first got to the lease that we were hunting on, I walked through the gate and I was turning around, making sure Lindsay was behind me, and I looked down the hill and I hear a big old deer running through the woods. So I threw my gun up. I saw it in the sight, but it took off so fast, and it was real thick. You know, looking down that right side of the hill?
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of brush that Bob had dumped off the side of the hill.
Yeah.
Just trees and crap.
Great artificial bedding area, though,
yes,
for a deer.
It is. So I just let it go because I couldn't get a good
Did you ever see if it was that buck? Or?
I couldn't tell if it was the same one that I saw. It was so quick, and literally all that I saw was its white tail running through the woods.
Yeah.
But
after
that, I decided to. I was like, you know what? Let's go sit in the bottom down here in one of our box blinds that we have down there. And man, we sat down there we got a late start. We sat out there from like 3:30 till dark, and I swear, I turned the camera on for anywhere from 14 to 20 different times with stuff sounding like it was coming in. It was either a squirrel. We had a group of turkeys come through at one point. Just anything but a deer. And can't be mad about it. It's nature. It's going to do what it wants to do. But I think our biggest problem is the majority of the leaves had just fallen down the trees, and coming down that steep hill, I was slipping and sliding everywhere, making a noise. It probably scared everything off from here to Alabama. But
yeah, and those deer out there are so finicky because they're so pressured.
Yeah,
everyone around there deer hunts and just likes to enjoy it, and it takes a while to get a deer down there. And I remember when we hunted, Brendan hunted this tripod stand that we had out there at camp for a long time.
That was Shane's.
That was Shane's old. And like we told Shane about him hunting it, and he was very surprised
that it was still there. And he was like, "Oh, you sat in that?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah."
I was sitting on that one box blind up on the hill that you got to pass to go to that tripod stand, and I heard something moving in after a couple hours of sitting there. And at this time, I didn't know it, but Brandon was working down the hill.
Because I texted you, I was like, I'm gonna probably get down right before dark.
Yeah.
I'd already seen deer and didn't get a good shot, but.
And I'm sitting there, and something's coming into my left, and so I get ready because I'm thinking, it's moving too slow to be a squirrel. I was thinking maybe it's either a coyote or a deer, and here comes this bobcat coming into the shooting lane. So I aim down on it and I shoot it, and just at that time I hear Brandon scream, "Did you get him?" Little did I know, Brandon had just jumped a huge buck coming in, and I couldn't tell if you thought I shot him or if you thought I shot something else,
I didn't know what you had shot. I saw something coming down the hill off the side of that food plot, and I said, "Did you?" Or no, I said, "I see him," or something.
Yeah, something like that.
And then you said, "I shot a bobcat," but I thought you said, "I shot Bob's cat." I was like, "Oh crap, here we go."
Yeah, because the lease that we have out there, the real nice guy, his name's Bob. So when I said I shot a bobcat, Brandon thought I shot Bob's cat.
I was like, I don't know if he has cats or not, but if he does,
well, you don't know
he ain't
more.
gonna be happy.
But luckily, it was a bobcat, not Bob's cat.
Dude,
so,
I think you blew that thing's guts at least 10 feet.
Yeah, it was. My motto is if a predator that is legal to shoot that comes in that kills deer, it don't leave the field.
Yeah.
So that baby bobcat will not be a big bobcat, and maybe we can preserve the deer population a little bit better out there. But
as we need to.
Yeah, we definitely need to. Y'all need to start writing some people. They're taking a lot of land from us down here in Georgia. If you're from Georgia, you know it.
Mm-hmm. They're building neighborhoods left and right.
And if you're far enough away from the expansion of Atlanta where you think it won't hit you, just wait till they're done with us. They're coming for you
Yeah, I was
next.
about to say, that's what we said for the longest time. Heck, most of our town was dirt roads up until
Middle school or
mid
elementary school
school.
for us, yeah.
And after that, after they started paving stuff, it took off, and I
Yeah.
don't even recognize the county anymore.
Yeah, so if y'all are from Georgia and you think it ain't going to hit you, just wait. Y'all need to start preserving your land now, because eventually we're not going to have enough habitat for these deer, and the way of life we like to live is going to be gone, and it's going to be bad. So y'all need to join us in helping preserve what we love. That's kind of actually why I wanted to start this, because to get the word out there that, I mean, look at what we're doing. We're out here enjoying the land, and we're losing all of it. That's why we have to travel so far to hunt and travel so far to hunt ducks and stuff. I mean,
there's so many people around, it pressures all the animals, and they don't want nothing to do with the area, and it moves them out and to the more remote areas.
yeah, I've seen bigger bucks killed by cars than I have by any hunter I've ever met.
Oh yeah, I was driving down 120 going out to work the other day, and there's a 6-pointer laying on the side of the road, got hit by a car.
Exactly.
I was like, what the heck?
And I feel like these deer deserve a better way of going out. It's like, if you're not going to hunt these deer and they die by a car, I feel like it respects the deer more just to let it live or to hunt it, you know? And there's so many rules and regulations about hunting suburban areas. Like Seek One goes about it really well. I've hunted suburban neighborhoods with bows this season a lot. I took a doe at the beginning of bow season, and it's crazy the amount of deer population you see in these suburban areas just because they have no other way to go.
Yeah, a lot, like I said, a lot of them leave, but you do have some of those that stick around, and they're hard to find, but once you get on them, you're on them.
Yeah, I've noticed that a lot of these people that I call them transplants that aren't from here that move in, they see the deer in their backyard and they just treat them like a pet.
Mm-hmm.
But that actually, in my experience, I have noticed that that's actually a negative thing to do, because it's showing them that it's okay to go up to a human and like okay to be around. Like if your car's parked in the driveway, they're not gonna be scared of that car. They're not scared of the four-wheeler when you ride it into the stand.
It forms a dependency on us. And
exactly,
it's not a good thing for a wild animal to do.
Exactly, and we have such a mass amount of population of deer in these suburban areas that, you know, if you don't hunt them the way that like Seek One or other guys that hunt suburban areas around here do, then you're going to have a mass amount of deer dying by cars every year, or taking up refuge on your property in neighborhoods. And you know, if you have a mass amount of population in an area where the pollution is bad, especially like Atlanta or the more urbanized areas around Atlanta, I figure that's a great way to spread disease amongst the deer population, and no one wants that.
Yeah.
But we're trying everything we can to really legally keep the hunting or the deer population down to where it needs to be, to keep it sustainable, as well as keeping people's cars intact and keeping disease down. Because if you just let these deer run wild without hunting them, you're going to see major problems in the you know, deer population, and all the other animals are going to be affected by it too.
Yeah. I was just thinking, I made a post on the Georgia Duck Hunting Open page on Facebook. I don't know if you saw it, but I was asking about hunting Lake Altoona, and man, some of the comments in there were just straight up rude.
Yeah, because people don't think, like, our home lake is Lake Altoona. Me and him both fished tournaments back in high school.
I know nothing about duck hunting on that lake.
Exactly.
There's no information whatsoever on it. The Corps engineers, honestly, they try to hide it from you just so you don't have to deal with people on the lake duck hunting.
Exactly. And DNR posts very limited information about the WMA on Altoona. But
I was, just from like the reading I did, it was like, oh, you might need a permit, you might not. It wasn't
or
certain.
You might be able to hunt, you might not.
It's like, they say you have to be 600 feet, and then on another page it's like, oh, you just don't have to be anywhere where you can see a house within like 100 yards.
Exactly. I've heard 100 yards from a house. I've heard you can hunt on the bank. I've heard you have to hunt out of a boat.
Yeah.
I've heard so much things contradicting each other. And then the people out there,
dude, they're all jerks.
You have a very minute amount of the people that live on Lake Allatoona or frequently go to Lake Allatoona that understand what you're doing when you're hunting.
Mm-hmm.
They think you're out there just to kill everything in sight and completely ruin the lake when they don't understand the rules and regulations and the laws by the federal government that go into harvesting waterfowl.
I mean, they do studies on it every year. There's a certain number you can kill without harming, but
that's why the bag limits change too.
Taking away from the population is also a good thing because it gets rid of some of the disease birds and some of the stuff that doesn't need to be in the gene pool, so you can actually see better numbers each year.
Exactly. And my thing is the people that don't hunt, that move out here, that they move into a population area where we have been hunting. I know my family as far back as I know, like generations. Like my great-granddad owned a meat store in Austell and Powder Springs, and he would butcher deer all the time. And now you go out to Powder Springs, and it's illegal to take a deer with a gun.
Yeah.
Like the amount of things that have changed over the years just because of these people that come in, and we love them to death. We'll treat them like our neighbors, but when you come after us at our way of life, it's
like we've been doing this for years. Why
exactly.
Are you hating on us necessarily?
Exactly, and especially the people on Lake Allatoona, they just don't understand. If we didn't take the ducks that we did, the people that do hunt out there, if we didn't take the ducks that we did, they'd just complain about the ducks being everywhere on the lake, you know?
And I'm not necessarily saying about the people that live on the lake. I mean, I'm just saying some of the duck hunting community as a whole.
In general, yeah.
Like, I was just questioning, and some of the comments I got on there, one of them was like a paragraph long, and it was just this dude like, don't do this, don't do that, and you're not going to see anything, and when you don't complain. And then one of the dudes, he DM'd me, and he was like, yo man, if you really want to know how to hunt out here, just find you some good open spots up the creeks and stuff. And he was like, we've had great luck out there. He's like, Altoona is like the Maganzer beat down area.
That's what I've heard.
I got to looking into it, and dude, there's insane pictures of some hooded Maganzers they've killed out there.
Yeah. I mean, it's all about scouting and getting out there yourself. But, I mean, I feel like as a hunting community, deer and duck, and anything else, too, there's such a push and pull.
Yeah,
you know, there's such a push and pull.
There's a stigma behind it. They don't want to show their spots.
I feel like everyone has really put this duck hunting recently on a pedestal because it's got so popular.
Out of nowhere, like 2 years ago.
I feel like it's
I can't say anything because that's when we hopped on the train.
But that's also when we were coming up, you know, when we finally got a little bit of change in our pocket to be able to go and do stuff, and got the opportunity to actually drive to these different places and enjoy the land. Because, I mean, we're pretty young. We're both 20 years old. And, you know, it's put it on such a pedestal that I feel like we really need to get back to, like, the old ways of hunting where
everybody's out there having fun.
Exactly. Everyone is a friendly neighbor, and we each help each other. Like, I remember back in the day hearing stories from my granddad. He was like, I mean, I would go out there and hunt, and if I needed help dragging out a deer, I'd go up to the local hardware store or the diner or something, and I'd just go, someone come help me, and they come out there, and you don't have to worry about bringing them to your hunting spot because they're not going to go in there because it's not theirs.
Yeah.
Now, you bring a random dude you meet on Facebook to your duck hunting spot, you never know if he's going to bring 15 other guys in there the next week.
Blindfold them and put a trash bag over them.
Exactly.
Figuring out where your spot is.
Exactly. With most people that I know, because most people we know are pretty stand-up guys, that if you just ask, we'll take you. You know, like we have no problem with getting someone out there and enjoying the creation that the Lord blessed us with, and getting out there and harvesting some of the animals that we enjoy to eat and stuff, but they really have put it on, some people have really put it on a pedestal and tried to ruin it for the people that are just now getting into the sport and stuff.
It's one of those things you got to pass it down to the next generation so it doesn't die out.
Exactly, and I mean, we've met some real stand-up guys getting into this, and not everybody's like that, but there is a mass majority out there that is. We're not trying to talk bad about anybody. We're just here, talking about how it really is. So if any of y'all are out there thinking about getting into duck hunting, we've been very blessed with the way that we got into it, having a good buddy that will let us hunt with them, and we have spaces in Florida we can go and do stuff like that. We've been really blessed about that. Have deer camp too, and go out there and hunt. And
we've got a new spot too that we're gonna try out this year. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, that'll be a good video. Hunting the new spot that JJ just got added onto his land. That
Mitchell's too.
Yeah, Mitchell's new spot that we need to try out, that we got out there. But if y'all are new into duck hunting, make sure you read up on your state's laws. I know in Georgia that make sure you get your hunting license, complete your hunter's education course, get your federal duck stamp, make sure everything is squared away, because you do not want to mess around when it comes to waterfowl, because there's some serious consequences if you do not do it right.
Like I said, if y'all liked and enjoyed what you saw, just leave a thumbs up for us and subscribe so you can see some future content coming out from us. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.